Well, let me start with, you know, uh, talk a little bit about identity. We're new, uh, and this is new for me because we've had power teams here for 5 years. Waddell, Washington, Nance, Cook. Um, we don't have a lot of power, and we usually have 4 3-point shooters on the floor. So the pace is faster, the shots go up quicker, and we get hot and we get cold. But I don't think since I've been here I've seen 17 assists, 4 turnovers. And actually, I thought it was 3 turnovers. And I also like 13 for 17 at the foul line because Sports Center doesn't usually broadcast assists and turnovers and free throws made and free throws missed, but that does impact winning. We got exploited inside by a couple of really strong interior players, and those 11 offensive rebounds are not going away. That's who we are. We got a lot of new, thin, wiry young men, and they're going to be new, thin, and wiry for a while until they become less thin and wiry. But I like them a lot. I like their character. I like the way they play unselfishly, and this will be a learning experience to the T.
You said the 11 offensive boards aren't going to go away. I mean, obviously you don't want that to happen, but that's just something you'll live with, the style of play basically?
Well, no, I mean, we got to talk about that. That's the first time we've been really jarred inside. And so, do we choose to play behind and blitz rather than do what we were doing, just, play for the two, because twos aren't really over the long haul going to beat us. But we're going to have to talk about that because we're going to play a lot of large men. And the way we look is the way we're going to look for at least 12 more months. So that's something that the team and the coaches got to get together. What's best each night? We got to play to win each night.
Coach, struggling to shoot in the second half. What was some of the things you were telling the guys in the bench to try to get them going?
Yeah,
Have them to this
I was far more interested and far more consumed on what we were doing at the other end. Our DER was .76 the first half, which is very good, anytime under 8, and it was .83, and I was relying more on that because I don't want to put pressure on them to make shots because I know we have to make shots to win. But many of the shots we missed the second half, we were making the first half. The last 5 minutes, when we got into double bonus, it was clear we were going to take the ball and attack the rack and try to get to the foul line. I thought they did a really good job down the home stretch attacking the rack. A couple really nice drop-offs by Josh and Trey to Herndon and McManaman.
Larry, was it a positive that you guys had to make some plays down the stretch and you were able to make some plays to kind of get that lead back to a comfortable margin?
Yeah, I think, every experience is a new experience for this coaching staff and this team who we're assembling. So, you'd like to say you don't like surprises, but there's a lot of surprises. Now, we're flirting with some pretty good young people. Dalton's going to be a pretty good offensive player. JJ, now that he's a little healthier, is going to be a pretty good offensive player. That gives us some threats that we haven't had in the past with some size. But that one feature is not going to change a great deal. We look like we're not overly mature inside. I saw Uchi out there. I begged him to put a beard and mustache on, and no one would recognize him because we need him.
Coach, were you more pleased with the first half or maybe disappointed with some of the second half?
Well, every coach I've ever been around that I had a high level of respect is seeking perfection. I mean, we were 50-30 at half. I wanted it 50-20. And then the second half, when it's tit for tat and it's even, I wanted to be up 30 or 40. But, be careful what you wish for sometimes. It's about getting better, it's about developing, and it's about appreciating what we do have. And I really like the guys we have right now. I don't particularly like their age, but I do really like them.
Coach, the new style of play, 20 points off turnovers, is that something, a positive light, knowing you guys can score quickly in transition?
Yeah, I thought we did a good job in the Indiana State game, as a matter of fact, when we were down 19 and cut that thing to 6. It was largely in the open court. I think we're better than we've been in the open court because we can draw two guys quickly to the deep corners and space the floor, And we've got 3 or 4 guys on the floor that should shoot. I asked for a raise of hands at the team meeting the other day. Who has the green light? Who thinks Papa Shy has given them the green light if they're open, on balance, and in range? I had 9 of our 11 raise their hands. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but God bless them.
Josh, 26 points, kind of just doing what he does, 3 shy of a career high. What are your thoughts on his performance?
I thought he did a much better job turning on and turning off looks early on possessions, meaning he looked the court over before he put his head down and attacked. And he needs to do that. As a more mature player and a role model for some of these other players, I thought he did a great job. Almost the complete opposite on the road in Indiana.